Assalamu alaikum everyone and hi, I hope we are fine. So today we are doing again interview with a special guest and today's special guest is Joanna. And firstly, my name is Mariam Data Science Wali, and I am a student at Rehan School in level 1. And I am 14 years old. I am from Pakistan, and I am interested in computer skills and IT skills. That's my introduction. And without wasting time, we can start the interview. First of all, hi Janana, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I am fine. What about you?
Everything's fine, but I'm in Peru and there's a fiesta outside the window. So there's lots of noise. There's an orchestra playing.
Okay, Janana. So, firstly, thank you so much for giving precious time and joining us in Mariam Talk Show. Okay, so I request you, can you introduce ourselves for my viewers and for me?
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Joanna. CHOŁUJ. I'm Polish, but I live in Peru. Um, I'm married. I have two sons, and my profession, you can say, I switched from teaching to counseling. So I'm a kind of a coach, counselor, and writer. I write books, advisor, right? And but everything is based in ancient science. So it's not exactly psychology; it's ancient science. I use old knowledge to give some information and knowledge to people because sometimes people are just lost in their life and they just need coaching, right? What to do, what's my vocation, how to solve problems of my family, and so on. So that's what I do. And in Polish, we call it wiedma. This is the word for the coach. Wiedma is an old Polish word for somebody who knows, right? So the woman who knows. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for introducing yourself. And I can ask many questions in your life journey and work experience. So, my first question is, what are the first steps to transcending limiting beliefs and mental blocks?
What are the first steps to transcending limiting beliefs and mental blocks? That's a huge question. The first steps, right? Um, the first steps is just to just to see yourself not as a perfect being, right? But see that you've got this part of good, right? And this part of that's not exactly bad, but that part of you that needs to be repaired, you can say. So it's like acknowledge I have a problem. And that problem can be big because all the blocks, all the traumas, limiting beliefs comes from normally from the childhood. So you just need to see, okay, my problem is somewhere in me. It was installed by my parents, probably, but that's okay. I've got the power, I can solve it. So that's this. See it and know that I have the power to change it.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is, what roles does self-awareness play in personal transformation?
What role does self-awareness play in personal transformation? All the, everything depends on that. It's the basis. That's what I said. You need to see yourself truly. So this is called self-awareness, right? Self-awareness is just like that's much more, because self-awareness is also something that you observe yourself each day, right? Meaning you know your life is a process. Changing your traumas, healing yourself is a process. So you need to observe yourself. You can do it with a diary, you can meditate, you can do a prayer, right? But you need to put yourself kind of inside, right? Focus. And yeah, and be self-conscious of yourself kind of each day, right? Do the reflection each day. So what happened to me today? How was my day? How was I good and how was I bad? Right? So just the observation is the self-awareness. And yeah, without that we just live like, I don't know, plants. But we are human beings, we've got the consciousness, right? Yeah.
Okay, so my next question is, what are some inspiring success stories of people who have transcended the matrix?
Yeah, so okay, let's go to the matrix. um, I'm using the word matrix just like in the, a little bit like in the movie Matrix, but the movie Matrix have lots of levels, right? So you can see it on one level, there is something deeper and so on. Matrix basically is a kind of system that is kind of around us, right? But it's also inside us. For example, the ancient knowledge, Vedas, or any sacred old book like Quran as well, will tell you that there is the universe inside you and there's the universe outside you. Okay, and we are just like mirrors reflecting. So Matrix, the movie, more will tell you that you are just kind of like in a prison. But it's not exactly that, because we inside have the power to create the life that we want, in fact. But we need to have the self-awareness, so know ourselves. For example, I need to know what are my limiting beliefs and where is my power, right? What are my talents and where are my blocks? When I know that, I can transform my blocks into the power. For example, I had a difficult childhood, right? I had traumatic childhood, you can say, and my parents were in something like a toxic relationship, and I was scared, right? And I lived in that. So then I had problems and I didn't believe in myself and so on. And I understood that this is kind of in subconscious. I need to work with that, right? There is lots of methods that I will not like, I cannot tell you like all of that because it's a huge process. And so you kind of change your matrix that it was installed when you were a child, but as well when you are born, you are born with some kind of system, because you have some date of birth. You have that means that you have some zodiac sign. That means that you have those talents, and you don't have the talents of your friends, right? Right. So you are special. You are special. You have some system installed with your date of birth, right? So you've got some talents, but you don't have all the talents of the world. You have blocks, you have talents, and you do not have talents that has your friend or your husband. That's why we get entered the relationship, right? What I have, you don't have. What you have, I don't have. So we compare, right? Yeah. Can I see for the full question? Because the matrix is something that we it's like a system, something that we've got inside us. It's our software, we can say. So that's talents, blocks, our possibilities, my country, where I live, okay, all that. I need to know it to transform it. So, but what was your full question? Can you put it on the screen, the full question, like before? Or repeat it, please. Can you repeat the full question, please?
Okay. So my last question is, what are the matrix codes and how do they influence our lives?
Yeah. All right. So I think I said it. I think I said it. We are born with some matrix because we are born with some software. We are so and not so. Okay. We are structured in some way, and that's what I call matrix. Because what is inside us, in fact, creates the world outside. Okay, because we've got that energy. So it's not only that we are like in a world that the system is corrupted as well, yes, but some people before created it, right? Some people that had some yeah, you can say good qualities, but they also had some bad, and they created bad stuff. So, but we are born, and we need to change the outside world, right? So that's the matrix, and it's also to say that we can be somebody better. We can transform ourselves, but we cannot be whatever. We cannot be everybody, right? Meaning that we don't have here the unlimited power, right? Like if I'm Joanna, I probably will not be the president of the United States because I was not born in the United States and I don't have those qualities. I'm a woman and I don't see myself going there. So there is a kind of limit, but sometimes that limit is positive because you cannot be whatever. You know, you need to decide, okay, what are your options and go for the best one, right? But we need to be realistic, not right, completely idealist, right? So that's also a kind of yeah, we've got limits, but those limits are, some limits are to transform and some limits are to accept. If, for example, you live in Pakistan, then probably you need to work for Pakistan, for your country, right? Or maybe not. There are some people who have some matrix to go outside of your country, like me. I live in Peru and I work for people from all over the world, right? So that depends who you are. Yeah.
Okay, that's fantastic. So my next question is, how can shadow work help in breaking free from emotional and mental conditioning?
Yeah. So let's break it. The question is long, but yeah, that's a good question. Very good question. But first, let's go with the shadow work, right? The shadow work, it's what I said before, right? That our software, that's who we are. It's the good part, which is exactly the good part, which are our qualities, our talents, all that. But everybody has this shadow, meaning here there is no light without the shadow. Like there is no day without night. It doesn't exist. There is always something that you need to work on, because why would you be on this earth if not you are I don't know, if maybe you are the sacred person, right? And in heaven. If we are here, we are something to work on, right? To transform. And that's the shadow, and that's the shadow work. Shadow work is see what are my blocks, what are my limits, who I am and who I am not. Right? And who I maybe I dream to be, but maybe I don't need to be. I don't know. Sometimes we've got some idols in music or star, right? Cinema star. But and sometimes you can be like that, and sometimes not. It's just an example how to live your life better. But you don't need to be a movie star, right? Anyway, shadow work is working on your weak part, on your childhood blocks, on your trauma. It's healing yourself, and it's accepting. I am not only good. I'm not ideal. If I enter, for example, some relationship, and we all the time enter relationship, the other person shows me what is my shadow, okay? What I can do better, right? How to communicate better, or maybe I am too egoistic. I don't know. That's all that part of the shadow work. But deep, deep shadow work are our mental blocks. So that's our mind. And sometimes it's our heart blocks, because there are some people who just can't love truly, because they were hurt normally in childhood. For example, they didn't have parents, or they were hurt somehow physically or emotionally, or they didn't have emotional closeness, so they don't know how to love. But when you enter the relationship, the other person that loves you shows you how to love, right? So that's your shadow, and you need to just slowly open yourself, and that's the shadow work. Not to run away, because if you divorce, run away, you will not do your shadow work. You will enter the other relationship, and it will be the same story, right? You will repeat and repeat until you solve the problem of your shadow. If your shadow is the mind, you will meet the people over and over who will show you that. If your problem is heart, some men have that because it's difficult. Some men think, oh, I need to be only strong. No, you need to be also very kind and very soft with your wife, for example, with your children. You need to be soft. You need to love. So that's the shadow, right? Sometimes this shadow is in the body, like when you cannot express yourself, when you are too how to say, too, some people are just too aggressive, right? But this also comes from childhood trauma. Maybe somebody was aggressive towards them, and they just need to see that they have this some part to heal, right? But our body is one, so everything is connected. Emotions, feelings, thoughts, how we think, how we feel, how we show emotions, that's all connected. So in fact, when we are healing one part of ourselves, other parts heal as well. So can you show me the last question one more time? So I don't know if I answered fully.
Okay, that's very amazing. So my next question is, if your professional journey were made into a movie, what would the title be?
Okay, that's the next question. Okay. If your professional journey were made into a movie, what would the title be? Hmm. I think that would be a few movies together. um, Surely there would be Matrix, because the Matrix is also the system we live in, right? So the system, corrupted system that we need to change. And I was working a lot with people who want to change the system, like live better, healthy life. But I'm not the fighter so much. So I have only one movie in my mind. There is a movie which is it's French, and it's called Chocolat, chocolate. Maybe you know it, maybe not. It's kind of old, with very known actors, but I don't have memory for names. And in this movie, there meet two women meet. One woman is very one woman is in the relationship, but it's a very toxic relationship. Her husband is drinking heavily, and she gets abused, but she's very pure. This woman is very good, and she meets another woman who is producing chocolate. The other woman is French, and she has the chocolate cafe. She has coffee and hot chocolate. And the other woman, is like full of life. And when those two women meet, they help each other. Okay, so they help each other. And this woman who has this cafe invites the other, and she just gives her chocolate, and she says, drink. Drink, it's very good. Now relax yourself and let's talk. Okay, so they are just talking, and they just help each other, right? But basically the woman who has the chocolate and this cafe um, helps emotionally the other woman to heal. All right, and there's a whole story, like how the transformation goes. It's interesting because there's a change in that little town as well, because people change. They come to this cafe, and they are just more. There's more joy. So I like that movie a lot. And because it's all about relationship, and how the mind, emotions, and feelings can transform, and how we can help each other. And it's all about women as well, because it's all how one woman can help the other woman. And for example, I'm helping the most women. I'm working with women, right? So it's very important, especially that this woman with the cafe, she also had her shadow. She also had her problems, but she transformed, and she went to another woman to show how to transform, because she healed. Okay, so for example, I also am a woman who healed. Not everything, because the life is not finished, right? But I healed some stuff in my life, and when I see other women, I can help her, because I know what are the steps. I know how to go from point A to point B, then C, then D, okay? Because I walked it. I walked that path, right? So that's what I do. And that movie is really, it's French, but maybe you can find it in English. Chocolat, chocolate. And Matrix as well, yeah.
Okay, that's good. So my next question is, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
That's interesting. Now I see myself in Peru. My husband is Peruvian, and we live here. But I see myself. It's all about, I think, my personal life.
Personal life,
There's an echo
there's an echo.
as well. My career.
My career.
I just want
I
my
just want my
wow.
wow.
There's an echo.
There's
Can you
an
hear it?
echo.
I just want to live wow, a better life,
A better life.
but I want to improve my business, right?
Right.
There is the orchestra behind the window
Behind the window.
because there's a carnival.
There's a carnival.
Can you hear it?
Okay,
Can you hear it?
okay. So my next question is, what's the biggest lesson?
Let's stop for a moment because I cannot.
Okay. So my next question is, what has been the most unexpected lesson you learned in your career?
Yeah, 2 minutes. When they pass, I will tell you.
Okay.
Okay, so most unexpected lesson. I think it's Peru. Peru was very difficult for me. I adapt myself well in another country, and I lived in different countries, right? I lived in France, I lived in the States, United States, but Peru is South America, and it's I live in a small town, and there are not many foreigners. So my biggest lesson, and not my, because my husband is he's different. He has a little his how to say, his family is partly Spanish, right? But here there are lots of people who have different mentality, and that was my big lesson, how different they are. And it was all about human nature, the lesson, I think, how different we are. And it was also about matrix. Like, we've got this kind of software which is our personal, but as well we've got the kind of software which is very much country or your continent, your mentality, right? A kind of Latino mentality. And that was my big lesson, because I am different. I'm from Europe. We are very mental. We are very thinking. And those people are very emotional. And they are very, as well, they are very, I would say, basic. For example, when I do my work, I can forget about eating. They will never forget about eating. They will always remember there is a lunchtime. because for them the body is very important. And body, I mean everything. Body is nature, my mother nature, Pachamama, they say, okay? So that's, for me, it's a big lesson of how to treat your body. Kind of cherish your body. Your body needs rest. Your body needs feast, okay? You need to be joyful. You need to dance, okay? And don't think all the time. Don't work all the time. That's what they are teaching, right? So they are saying, okay, the family life is important. How they treat children is beautiful. They are very caring, okay? So I think my biggest lesson was here in Peru, in the small town, with those people. And I didn't have many friends. I couldn't connect, but slowly I have, and I'm kind of joining them, because I was scared, for example, to join that carnival, because they are kind of dancing in the streets, but it's so strong. I don't know how to say. It's so, they are so expressive. It's not like carnival in France. It's like carnival probably in Brazil as well. Brazil, but Latino is different. They are so, I don't know how to say. They're just so joyful. But I found a friend, a woman, two women, and they just took me over there for dancing. So I felt protected, right? And yeah, so I think that's my biggest lesson. It's about human nature, right? I understood more about human nature and about this matrix, that it's not only personal, that I have a zodiac sign and I have that talent and that blocks. No, yes, but there is also this mentality connected to your country and to your kind of part of world, okay? Because they are Latinos all, and they are very different from Europe or from Asia, very different. So it's specific. So I thought, okay, so I'm not only Joanna, I'm also Polish, and I'm also from Europe, right? That's that. And I thought, okay, so somebody else, like you people, for example, you can be, okay, so you are Mariam, but you are also from Pakistan, okay? So you're Pakistani, or maybe you've got some religion as well, okay? I've got the Slavic religion. And then there goes Asia, right? And it's like so many levels. And that's your matrix as well, right? You can transform, like I came from Europe to America, right? You can change, but then you need to know that you will have things to learn. It will be more difficult. If you stay in your country, it's easier. If you go abroad, you need to know that you are Joanna, right? Then you are Polish, but then there is another country and another word, and you need to adapt, right? Because some people, they just hide. They hide themselves, they don't meet, it depends, okay? Or they live only, for example, they go to the United States and they live only in one place and only with Polish people. And they say, why do you go to United States if you don't want to meet other people? They are Chinese, they are Pakistani, they are Indian, they are from all over the world. Like, go meet them. And Americans, right? Yeah. So that's my lesson, I think. Peru.
Okay, that's amazing. So that's my last question is, if you could give one powerful message for my viewers and for me, what would it be?
If you could give one powerful message for, that's the last question, right? My battery is running down. Yeah, look, my motto, my how to say, my saying is know yourself. Okay, there is an old knowledge saying that say, know the truth and the truth will set you free. That's from the sacred book. I think in Quran as well you have it. It's in the Bible, it's in Vedas. Okay, know the truth and the truth will set you free. So this is my saying. I say, okay, know yourself. Know yourself. What is you? Okay, the knowledge meaning first basic knowledge is about yourself, you, because when you know yourself, you will be free and you will understand the other people and the world. And it also means do your shadow work and don't pretend be somebody you are not. Okay, so be yourself. But how to be yourself? Find out who are you. Okay, so know yourself and then be yourself, be authentic. This is difficult because sometimes parents will tell you, I want you to be a doctor, but you start to be a doctor and you don't feel it, right? So you need to go your path, okay, walk your path and decide, okay, do I want to be a doctor or not? Maybe I want to be me and I want to be, for example, I don't know, a lawyer, okay? Or I want to be, I don't know, policeman or whatever, right? So maybe that's not who I want to be. So but you need to get to know you. Because sometimes it's true, sometimes parents know your talents and so on and so on. So they help you. But before you reject something, normally it's like that. Okay, somebody tells you you are dead. So you need to see, know yourself is see, okay, am I dead or not? And you observe yourself. So know yourself and it will set you free. Because when you know yourself, you get stronger. When you get stronger, you can be yourself, meaning authentic. And don't be scared, right? Some people will not like you. That's okay. Let them go. But if you are if you are really true, if you are really yourself, you will attract people who will be your true friends and they will help you. So it's better, because if you live a life that's not yours, it's not authentic, you are the doctor, you become bitter if it's not your career. Yeah, sometimes it's for some, I mean I was a teacher, right? And it's not that it was not authentic, it was also Joanna, but sometimes you have some limit, meaning you need to do something until you feel you need to do something else or something more, because I was doing teaching and advising at the same time. And then I decided, okay, I just don't want to teach anymore. I just want to do advising. That's more important. And I grew stronger because, yeah, everything is a process. So just know yourself and be yourself.
Okay, that's great message. So viewers, this is interview with Janana, and I hope we are like this interview, and we can learn many things in this interview. So the time is too late, and time is 8:45 p.m. at Pakistani Standard, and day is Thursday, and date is 6 March 2025. So take care, goodbye. We can meet any other interview and special guest. So Pakistan Zindabad, Rehan School Zindabad, and thank you, Janana, for giving our precious time and giving all answers in my questions. So thank you so much again, and bye. Take care. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Thank you.
meet you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.